Before we start this, it's only fair to give props to Neville and Michael Cole. Those two mothers had to travel from the UK to the US overnight and then still appear on Raw. Bravo, dudes. Bravo. But this is Ups and Downs, where we decide if Raw was a good time or if Raw was a bad time. Then, of course, you use the comments below to tell me how wrong I am and that everything is alright with the world. However, I am Simon from What Culture. This is Ups and Downs, and now it's time to Ups and Downs. I think it's safe to say that the biggest up of the entire night was the announcement trailer that Kurt Angle is going into this year's Hall of Fame. What a wonderful time to be alive. Revealed by ESPN just a few hours before Raw, it's one of those inductions where you just shrug your shoulders and go, yeah, that makes sense. Of course Kurt Angle is going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Who took to pro wrestling quicker or better than Kurt Angle? He deserves to be in there, and it just makes you feel all good inside. The real question is, does all this now lead to one more match in the WWE for Kurt Angle, and is that match at WrestleMania 33? I know I'd be up for that, and I can't possibly think anyone wouldn't be. If you're sat or you're watching this through the YouTube right now going, I don't want to see Kurt Angle in another WWE match. What's wrong with you? One of the biggest downs, though, is that we are now in week 3 of the whole New Day and Titus O'Neil stuff, and I still don't understand what the point of any of it is. Titus has now lost to all 3 members while failing to get in the team or take one of their Royal Rumble spots. Who has benefited from this? And who was this for? And where the hell do we go from here? I've got a really bad feeling that all this is leading to Titus costing the New Day in the Royal Rumble, so he comes out and pulls them all out or something. And if that happens, it means the feud has to go on longer, and furthermore, nobody wants to see that in the first place. Please don't do that, and please find a better use for everyone involved in this. Fair play to the New Day, though. They are still insanely over. I thought the opening to Raw was great. Genuinely. So get an up. Starting off with Roman Reigns, who, to be fair, did cut a little bit of an awkward promo. It then evolved from there with Paul Heyman, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman all coming out at regular intervals. The highlight, though, was naturally Brock Lesnar. Coming out at the end of all of this, he got on the ring and then just started to destroy everybody. Not only did he look like a monster, but that man is so damn quick. Instantly, you remembered why we all loved Lesnar to begin with. It's fantastic. Then that stare down with Braun Strowman actually felt like something. WWE has done such a good job with Strowman that I looked at that and went, yeah, that's something. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel tingly. Awesome stuff, this, and it made me happy. But do not do Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 33. But I bet you do it at Fastlane. Yeah, WWE. I know you're thinking. What the hell is going on with Rusev? This is just getting silly now, so it gets a down. One big, massive, awful down. For starters, what is all of this with Jinder Mahal and him and Enzo and Cass? Why did Enzo and Cass win? Is this all over now? Where do we go next? Who am I? Who are you? What's the point in anything? There's so many questions and no answers, especially because Enzo, the dude that defiles somebody else's wife, got his revenge here. What's even worse is that Rusev is being treated like a goon. Didn't get his whole entrance, lost the match here even if he didn't take the pinfall. He should be being treated like a king, but instead he's just nothing. Nothing. Genuinely makes me sad. When I'm in bed at night, I cry, and I cry because I'm thinking about Rusev. The Cruiserweight division, as it pertains to Raw, has lost its way again. So that gets it down. Now, Neville is a huge up. He's such a big up, my words can't even do it justice. But everything else is just serving to make the division feel like it's not important. It doesn't help that WWE goes out of its way to make sure you know that this segment isn't actually a part of Raw. It's got purple ropes and there's different people on commentary. It's almost like they're staring down the camera and go, you don't have to care about this. Doesn't tie into the rest of the show. That's pushed even further when the wrestlers having the matches don't get more than a few minutes. If for once you just said to the dudes, go out there and steal the show, everybody watching would go, man, those guys just stole the show. Maybe I should tune into 205 Live to see if they steal the show again. That makes so much sense, I can't even fathom why that's not a thing. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Right? No one is going to agree with this, but I quite liked Sami Zayn's crazy backstage persona when he was talking to Rollins and Reigns. It was quirky, weird, made me chuckle a little bit, so I'm giving it an up, because I'm that guy. The match he was involved in gets an up too. There was so much action from start to finish in the match between Rollins, Reigns and Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman, it's hard to know where to begin. And the way it closed off the show, well, that was even better still. There was a pedigree on the stage, brawling, Reigns getting chucked through a table by Kevin Owens. Amazingly, it actually left you wanting more, even though by this point, Raw had been going on for 3 hours and 10 minutes. It's a shame that Sami took the pinfall. Sami was always going to take the pinfall. It was still a great showing for everyone involved and did nothing but good for everyone involved. And that's a good thing, and I like good things. I'm torn on Bayley reciting poetry on Raw. On one hand, it was alright. On the other hand, it wasn't alright. I'm giving it a down. But the segment in general between her and Charlotte definitely gets an up. Charlotte has come into her own so much recently it's not even funny, and allowing Bayley to give her big speech about how she had to fight and crawl to get to the WWE makes her feel like that successful underdog that you just want to root for. You want to see her win. You want to see her be a success. I hope this all extends to WrestleMania 33 where Bayley can be the person to stop and defeat Charlotte's pay-per-view winning streak. It would be a wonderful end and hopefully cement Bayley in the same way she was in NXT. And who wouldn't love that? Everybody, especially relatives of Bayley, for obvious reasons. I'm still not a super fan of Nia Jax, but she had a good showing on Raw, so she gets an up. Not only did it keep the storyline going of Sasha's wounded knee that Nia herself hurt a few weeks ago, but Nia then came out when Sasha was testing it out in the ring and just pummeled her again. Thankfully, the WWE cameras just happened to be around to catch all of this. And why none of the camera people decided to help Sasha is anybody's guess, but it was cool and a great way to extend the angle. It was just different. WWE doesn't really do different anymore, so that was good. The Gallows and Anderson versus Sheamus and Cesaro finish made no sense to me, so it gets a big fat down. Firstly, dusty finishes are never fun. They feel like lies and only serve to punish you for buying it in the first place. Nobody wants to feel like that. Secondly, why are the heels getting screwed out of the titles? At the end of the match, Sheamus just punched a referee in the face, which allowed Gallows and Anderson to hit the Magic Killer on Cesaro. Another referee came down, and he counted to 3, and we all thought we had new tag champs. Before that could be signed off, though, the original referee reversed the decision and said it was a DQ because he just got punched in the mouth. Which is fair, but why did we need any of this? Am I meant to feel bad for the bad guys? Because that doesn't make any sense, and now the good guys look like fluky assholes. I don't know what went on here, but I did not like it. And that was Raw. And to be honest, it was kind of one of those shows that if someone came up to me and said, "What did I miss?" I'd probably spend the next 35 minutes talking about Kurt Angle. But the start was good, and the end was good, and half the time, that's all that matters. Not true at all. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about Raw, and then like, share, and subscribe. Then go to whatculture.com and read the Ups and Downs article, and then come follow me on Twitter at SimonMiller316. I'm Simon from What Culture, and once again, Braun Strowman, you're a highlight of the show. And who would have thought we would have ever said that a year ago when you were just tinkering around with the Wyatts family? You're a good man, Braun. A good, strong man.
Do you love our What Culture Wrestling magazine but wish that you could have even more excellent content covering the hottest, up-to-date stories in the crazy world of pro wrestling? Well, now you can. What Culture Wrestling Weekly features an in-depth look at the biggest story of the week, a rundown of all the major shows, and of course, all that juicy news in the world of pro wrestling. It's all that a hard-working wrestling fan needs to keep up to date with the ever-changing and very exciting business. Adam, you're going to be so busy. How does it feel? You're going to be so busy every single week, every week. I'm so tired. Head over to shop.whatculture.com for all the details and pre-order the next edition soon. Well, now, not soon, now.